Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Have you ever wondered why we are actually tested or assessed during a learning journey? It is just to get a grade on a transcript, or is there a deeper meaning behind it? Today, we are going to dive into two essential pillars of education: formative assessment and summative assessment. Broadly speaking, assessment is not just about collecting numbers. It is a systematic process used to monitor language abilities covering listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The goals are threefold: to monitor the learning process, to provide immediate feedback, and most importantly, to improve the overall quality of learning. Let's move. Our first point is formative assessment. Think of this like a step testing the soup while it is still simmering in the kitchen. The step test is it to check if it needs more salt or if it's too spicy, so they can fix it before it is served to the guests. In the classroom setting, formative assessment happens during the learning process. Its primary focus is improvement. If students haven't grasped a concept, the teacher can adjust their teaching method or tools right then and there. Key characteristics include: it is ongoing, often informal, and it doesn't always result in a numerical grade. Examples include small group discussion, weekly quizzes, or spontaneous Q&A session. Here, making mistakes is encouraged because it is a vital part of growth. On the other hand, we have summative assessment. If formative assessment is the step testing the soup in the kitchen, then summative assessment is when the soup is served to the customer and they give it a final review. Summative assessment takes place at the end of a learning period. The goal is to measure the final outcome or the student's achievement. This is where we see grades like A, B, or C. These results are used for final evaluations, determining whether a result are used for determining whether a student passes and for official records. The most common examples are midterm exams or UTS and final exam or UAS. It is more formal, highly structured, and result-oriented to see how much of the material the student has mastered overall. So, which one is more important? Many people assume that summative assessment is more crucial because it determines the final grade. However, from a pedagogical perspective, formative assessment is arguably more valuable. Why? Because this is where character, discipline, and student responsibility are truly built. As the saying goes, the process never betrays the result. In conclusion, effective learning cannot rely on just one of assessment helps us grow, while summative assessment measures how far we have come. So don't just fear the final exam. Value every small process in the classroom because that is where true understanding is forged. Thank you for your time and your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.